Welcome back to another legal breaking reporting and video analysis update, ladies and gentlemen. Donald Trump has just lost big time in the appeals court. Yet again, rightfully, legally, and constitutionally against his appeal of the E Jean Carroll sexual assault case that a New York jury found him liable for in 2023 for sexually assaulting E Jean Carroll in a Manhattan department store dressing room. Let's get into it. This reporting is by MSN. The article, ladies and gentlemen, is titled Appeals Court Rejects Trump's bid to overturn E Jean Carroll verdict. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Trump's remaining pathway. And the article, ladies and gentlemen, reads, a 3-judge panel on the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals unanimously upheld the verdict late last year. On Friday, the full active Second Circuit Court bench declined to disturb that decision over 2 judges dissenting. Simply relitigating a case is not an appropriate use of the in-bank procedure, U.S. Circuit Judge Marina Perez wrote, joined by 3 of her colleagues, all of whom were appointed by, you guys guessed it, former President Joe Biden. In those rare instances in which a case warrants our collective consideration, it is almost always because it involves a question of exceptional importance or a conflict between the panel's opinion and appellate procedure. Perez added, in 2023, the New York jury found Trump liable for sexually abusing Carroll in a Manhattan department store dressing room in the mid-1990s and defaming her by denying her story when she came forward during Trump's first presidency. The jury ordered Trump to pay $5 million. Trump, who maintains he never assaulted Carroll, argued his trial was framed because the jury heard improper evidence, such as the infamous Access Hollywood tape and testimony from other women who accused Trump of sexual assault. The president also contends he should have been able to tell jurors that a nonprofit funded by LinkedIn co-founder and Democratic mega donor Reid Hoffman helped Carroll pay her legal fees. The president's lawyers believed it bolstered their claims that the columnist went after Trump for political reasons, but the trial judge ruled it inadmissible. Two Trump-appointed Second Circuit judges, Stephen Menashe and Michael Park, on Friday, said in a dissent that the trial included a series of indefensible evidentiary rulings. The result was a jury verdict based on impermissible character evidence and few reliable facts. No one can have any evidence that the jury would have returned the same verdict if the normal rules of evidence had been applied. Menashe wrote, of the 10 judges who voted, only Menashe and Park dissented. The Second Circuit has 13 judges altogether in active service eligible to sit for the case, but 3 of them recused themselves without explanation. The American people are supporting President Trump in historic numbers, and they demand an immediate end to the political weaponization of our justice system and a swift dismissal of all of the witch hunts, including the Democrat-funded Carroll hoax, which will continue to be appealed. A spokesperson for Trump's legal team said in a statement, President Trump will keep winning against liberal lawfare as he is focusing on his mission to make America great again. The case was the first of 2 times Carroll took Trump to trial. In Carroll's other lawsuits, another jury later ordered Trump to pay $83.3 million in defamation damages for continuing to deny her story. Trump's appeal in that case heads to a 3-judge Second Circuit panel for oral arguments on June 24. The panel is expected to rule beforehand whether the Justice Department can replace Trump as the defendant, which would enable him to avoid paying any damages. E Jean Carroll is very pleased with today's decision. Carroll and her attorney Robbie Kaplan said in a joint statement. Although President Trump continues to try every possible maneuver to challenge the findings of 2 separate juries, those efforts have failed. He remains liable for sexual assault and defamation, they continued. Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me. That is going to do it for this legal breaking reporting and video analysis update. I don't understand why Trump thinks he can get away with it with these types of crimes. He can't, because that's the way of life. Just because you're some billionaire, big shot, moronic doofus, orange tampon, and Taco Boy does not mean you get to disregard the law. That's just not how life works. Ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy this legal breaking reporting and video analysis update, please firstly like, comment, share, subscribe, and enjoy. Secondly, if you want to make sure you're always up to date on all the things legal breaking reporting wise on the side of politics, please hit the bell icon as well as the all notification option. The bell icon is located directly beneath the screen here on the right hand side of the subscribe button. Thirdly, if you guys also want to stay up to date on all the things legal breaking reporting wise on the side of politics, you guys can also follow me on my social medias that'll be linked down below in the video description. I am on Instagram, Snapchat, Threads, as well as TikTok. Fourthly, ladies and gentlemen, please help me reach and achieve the goal of 180 plus subscribers. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I'm saying 180 plus subscribers is because right after we reach and achieve the goal of 180 subscribers, we have more subscribers to reach and achieve right after we reach and achieve the goal of 180 subscribers. Fifthly, ladies and gentlemen, please stay safe. Please stay positive. And know that justice will prevail eventually correctly on the correct side of the law despite Donald Trump and his illegal, unconstitutional regime and administration's illegal, unconstitutional executive orders, actions, and behaviors. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, please stay positive, even though unfortunately I know it's hard for the majority of you. It's even hard for me, unfortunately, at times during these unfortunate illegal-induced darkness times caused by the illegal, unconstitutional Trump administration, Trump regime, to stay positive. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, please look for the points of light in today's induced darkness. And until my next legal breaking reporting, I will look forward to talking to you guys in the next reporting and legal breaking analysis video.